friends, welcome back to my channel. We're here today to start the mid-month book bash. That's a readathon hosted by Doris from All Books, and the objective of this readathon is just to kickstart your reading for the month. If you haven't already been reading as much as you want to in the month, this is the perfect time to kind of think about those goals and what you need to do to start meeting them. So yeah, I want to read a lot this month, but so far I haven't. I've started a lot of things and haven't made a lot of progress. One of the things that I need to do this month and next month is I'm reading to judge the BookTube Prize quarterfinals, and this round I'm reading nonfiction. I have 6 books that I need to read, and so far I haven't finished any of them. I need to finish 6 books in 2 months. I've gotten a few of them from the library, so I'm going to start and hopefully finish at least one of them this weekend. Would love to finish 2. We'll see if we could do that. I also have some books that publishers have sent to me that I want to kind of get cracking on, including this series, the Gray series by Shelly Ellis. The publishers actually sent me this arc, which can be read as a standalone, even though it's part of a duology. So they also sent me the first book in the duology. So I have both of these. Hopefully would love to read at least this one because I need to post a review. But I'm actually going to try to read from the beginning. So we'll see how that goes. I also have some other books from the publishers. Like I said, I did a book haul recently. So I'd love to check out Evie Drake Starts Over, probably Ruby by Lisa Bird Wilson. Not this one because this is nonfiction. I think I have enough nonfiction reading for the BookTube Prize, but I'd also love to get to AJ Jacobs, at least to start it. So I don't know what I'll get up to this weekend, if I even have time to read all of these or any more, but yeah, those are what I'm looking at picking up this weekend, and I guess you'll have to stick around to see what I actually read. So thank you so much for being here and enjoy the journey. So it's Friday afternoon and I wanted to make a reel for Instagram. I was going to feature this book because I need to post something about this book on my profile today. But I think I'll just make a picture and then we'll work on the reel after I've finished, because I think the reel will be better after I have finished reading the book and I'm not done. So yeah. I'm also participating in this journaling challenge with Comfy Cozy Up on Instagram. So I have to do a little daily writing.
It's a lollipop.
It's a lollipop? Where did you find it?
Well, happy Saturday. We just arrived at church Saturday morning and it is raining. It was hailing a moment ago and I tried to run through it because I wanted to be inside, but we got wet, so now we're waiting inside. We're having communion today and I really love the communion service, so I'll show you some scenes. My daughter is really excited to be here and see her friends. It's Saturday night and I just finished my first book of the readathon. Yay! I finished The Three Mrs. Grays by Shelly Ellis, and this is the beginning of a duology. So I'm glad that I have the next in the series because it ends on a cliffhanger. I want to know where the story goes, so I'll probably be picking up the next book next. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It is about a man and 3 women that he has tried to marry, and at the beginning of the story he gets shot. And that's how these women find out that they're all married to the same man. And it's about some of those lies that he has been feeding them. Everything is unraveling as he is no longer able to keep up the fiction. So all these women are also having these other encounters, and it's really intense. There's a lot of steamy scenes, a lot of racy writing. So it's not quite thriller, but it is intrigue, and there's mystery that we're trying to resolve as well. So I like it. I like the writing. I think the writing is actually really interesting. But I like it. But I'm going to read the next book, so I'll tell you more about it then. Sunday morning, and I finished the book last night. So this morning, before I do any reading, just need to spend some time with the family. My daughter needs to feed her baby, and I also need to eat. And then we're going to do a little artwork. Let's see.
Started off so well, but why are her hands blue? Sunday dinner, you know, I gotta pull out all the stops.
And you also know that it would not be a vlog for me if I wasn't baking something. Today it is apple cinnamon muffins. I also put a little oats in there, so it's kind of healthy. At least that's what I'm telling myself.
Come outside to announce that I have finished reading The Diary of a Young Naturalist by Dara McAnulty, and I can't tell you whether I enjoyed it or how much I enjoyed it, if I did, because this is one of the books that I'm reading to judge the BookTube prize. It's nature writing. It's about a teenage boy who is autistic, and he talks about how being in nature helps him process all the other things. Yeah, I can't talk too much more about the book because then you'll figure out what I think. But I'm done with that book. So yeah. Heidi from My Reading Life reviewed it last year. She said it was one of her favorite reads of the year. So there's that. So when I show you pictures of our outdoors, you may notice that our backyard is not very manicured. We try to leave some part of our outdoor space being very primitive in some ways so that the wildlife, like the birds, feel very at home here. And here's a birdie. I've been feeding them. Okay, so there are two birdies. There's that one right there, and there's another one over there. And I think they're saying, Miss Karen, where's the food? Let me go get them some bread chunks and some seeds and see if I can't invite a few more of them here. Look at the birdie. It feels like I've been waiting forever for warmer weather so I can transplant this primrose. We bought it a couple of weeks ago, and my daughter picked off all the flowers when we bought it. So now we have it in this pot, and we've been watering it indoors just because it's still so cold outside. But I can tell the weather is getting warmer. So these books are not quite the domestic thriller that the synopsis promises, but it's a lot of layered intrigue. And the story that we think we know about who shoots Sai in the beginning of book one, in book two, we explore that a little bit more. And we're kind of learning what people do to try to cover up their tracks when they feel like they're backed in a corner. The loyalty that some people develop for other people, even people who have wronged them. And it's really interesting to see the three women, the three wives, kind of work together in this one because they're all facing the fallout from being married to the same man. And he's still trying to manipulate them, not quite manipulating them back into getting into a relationship with him, but he's trying to pull their strings. He knows them well enough to know what will hurt them, and he's still trying to do that. And seeing how these women are trying to relinquish that hold and make a new life, a new name for themselves, it's pretty interesting. I think this book, if it wasn't for all the sex, it would be a lot easier to recommend these books. There is a lot of sex. These characters use physical intimacy to deal with almost everything. Yeah, but the story is well written. So, you know, if reading about sex doesn't put you off, then I'd recommend these books. And I guess that's where we are. So it's Tuesday morning, and I just finished reading this one, and it was a ride. It was intense. Let's just leave it with that word. And I'm finished. So now I need to go do something that is a lot lighter. So I'm taking the kiddo for a little Starbucks date. Yay! Hi friends, so we're here to wrap up this vlog. We took an extended day because it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday and we took an extra day for the mid-month book bash because I wanted to finish the books. So this weekend I finished 3 books. Officially finished 3 books. First book that I finished was the BookTube Prize read that I was going through, The Diary of a Young Naturalist by Dara McAnulty, who's an Irish boy, 14 to 15 years old, writing his thoughts about his life and his experiences with nature. He's very concerned about climate change, and as a teenager, he's writing about his experience with wildlife and nature, and also his concern about the change in nature and wildlife. So it's nature writing, and I can't tell you too much more about that. I definitely can't tell you about my thoughts, and I can't compare it to another book because, like I said, I was reading this for the BookTube Prize, and this is the first of the 6 books that I'm reading for this round, so can't compare it even if I wanted to. I also finished these 2 books, A Duology by Shelly, Ellis, The 3 Mrs. Greys, and Truth, Lies, and Mr. Grey. I think when I mentioned this at first, I said this was Mrs. Grey again, but no. So this is a duology. In this book, we meet 3 women who discover that they're all married to the same man, and they meet each other. They find out about their status as polygamists when he's shot. And so this book is about the women trying to kind of take charge of the situation and trying to kind of deal with what's happening. And this book is more focused on the repercussions of the tragedy that begins here. So in this book, the beginning of the book, the man, Cyrus Gray, is shot. We meet Noelle, Diamond, and Vanessa, his 3 wives. And this book is a little bit of dealing with the fallout from Cyrus recovering and all these women kind of moving on with their lives. So this series is billed as domestic thriller. I don't think it's quite domestic thriller, but I don't know how else to say it. I don't think a book has to necessarily fit a genre for it to be well written. I think this is an example of it not necessarily being a specific genre, but an enjoyable read nonetheless. The characters are Black people. The women are varying shades of Blackness and varying expressions of Black joy. And I like that. I like that the men, all the characters are Black. The men are varying degrees of tough and masculine and trifling. Really enjoyable. So if you're looking for something to pick up that you will read and just like page turner, something that will really engross you, I would recommend these. These were a gift from TLC Book Tours. They asked me to review this one, so they sent me this one. You can read this one by itself, but definitely if you read this one, you're going to want to continue in the series. So yeah, I read these 2 books over the weekend along with The Diary of a Young Naturalist. And so those are the 3 books that I finished. Just wanted to tell you about them. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. A lot happened, also a lot didn't happen, but we'll be back next week for another vlog. We're planning to do a little traveling. We'll see. So if you like this vlog, then maybe you like next week's vlog even more, and I hope you'll come back for it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Check out the links down below. I'll link where I wrote about the books, so if you want to read more of my thoughts, usually my writing's a little bit more coherent, go check out those links. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.